Today we're gonna see if you can beat Fallout New Vegas with only the Ratslayer. To give a quick crash course on what it is, the Ratslayer is basically a fully modded varmint rifle that can be found with the Wild Wasteland perk. If you do not know what the Wild Wasteland perk is, look it up. Alright, now on to the actual playthrough. I started out creating my character and accidentally making him look like a Giga Chad. I named him the Ratslayer, but in hindsight I should have named him Chad McChatterson, of course. So for my special points, I had put a 10 in agility for the VATS action points, reload and holster speed, and increase the gun and sneak skills. I made perception A because I wanted to, and I put 6 points in endurance so I wouldn't be a wet noodle. Put charisma to 1 because who needs to talk when you can shoot? And then I put intelligence to 3 so it would be realistic to me in real life. I kept luck at 5 because I didn't really know that it would affect me too much at the time. It genuinely did. Finally, I put strength to 7 because I wanted that carry weight for my crippling looting addiction. For my tag skills, I picked guns, sneak, and barter, which I would basically never level up for the rest of the game. To end it off, I got trigger discipline for the damage and wild wasteland, so I could actually do the challenge. I busted out of Doc Mitchell's house after stealing some stuff, of course, and started my way off to a marker of where I thought Brock Flower Cave was, to go get the Ratslayer. On my way over to the cave, New Vegas decided to crash, which is going to be a recurring theme throughout this playthrough.
Dudes better start crouch jumping.
The most recent save I had was actually at Goodsprings. I started on the same way, and on the way, I had somehow accidentally gotten my way to Sloan. I went out of Sloan and discovered Hidden Valley for later when I massacre a chapter. I snuck out of there past some scorpions and found Helios 1, Old Lady Gibson Scrapyard, and Novak. While traveling, I had gotten jumped by some vipers and almost died, but luckily for me, a Legion party had been walking by and fought the vipers, which then they had won the fight by a landslide victory. I fed my looting addiction and got my way over to the Brockflower Cave. Kitted out with stim packs, I went in, not having done any prior research. I barely made it over to get the Ratslayer, but the rats had gotten to me and I had to reload a save, but which then I barely made it out of the cave. Brandishing the Ratslayer, the challenge had truly begun. I fast traveled over to Novak, going to Cliff Shop and saw some stuff while getting a sizable amount of 5.56 millimeter rounds. I started on Boone's Quest and got the bill of sale, which gave me receipts of Jeannie Mae Crawford selling Boone's wife into slavery and then got her head to magically explode in the middle of night. After Jeannie Mae Crawford's accidental death, I disposed of the body and got Boone's cap. Finally getting to level 2, I dumped most of my points into guns and a little bit into lockpick, but for the perk I chose rapid reload. I started my way over to the strip and robbed a grave. At Sloan, for some reason, I had decided to sneak past the death claws, which had resulted me in being jinxed.
And the bottom right.
Oh, that's condition.
Okay.
I'm
Dude,
looking
it's so funny. The other one just fucking popped up.
Boy, you ain't out of the trenches yet.
Yep.
After several reloaded saves, I made it past the train tracks and I had ran into some fiends and NCR having a shootout. I killed an NCR and took everything he had, of course. On my way over to Camp McCarran, I got jumped by some fiends and barely made it out alive. After being jumped, I committed identity theft and hopped on the monorail. But not before New Vegas decided to punish me for identity theft by crashing me. But reloading a save, I had finally made it to the strip. I went to the Tops Casino and gambled away over 1,000 caps and then shot up the place, but not before getting the platinum chip. Then went into Freeside and sold some stuff.
It's a little gunfight. No, it doesn't really matter if it's a gunfight.
I fast traveled over to somewhere near Good Springs, I think, and started my way over to Prim. I killed an NCR, got some more ammo, but in the distance, I saw a jail.
If you look way over there yonder, you can see a low quality graphics. Look, right now it's low quality, but look.
Then moving towards it, I saw that it was a bit low quality, and then it crashed my game for looking at it funny. Loading the save, I killed some Vipers residing in that crash jail and arrived at Mojave Outpost. For some reason, Major Knight had the repair skill 15, but I went on to the Gunrunners and sold some stuff, of course, and got a fair amount of ammo, which actually included some armor-piercing rounds, which would literally carry this entire run. To test the new ammo out, I tried to defeat the Gunrunners guards, which took quite a few attempts to do. After I killed them, Malcolm Holmes decided to jump scare me mid-shopping, to which I blew his head off faster than you can say no to a Jehovah's Witness at your door. I started to Cottonwood Cove, got sidetracked and somehow ended and almost got into the Sierra Madre DLC, cleared out Nelson, shut up the Tops Casino again, shut up the rest of the Gunrunners, and finally made it to the Boomers. After getting past the Boomers' bombardment, I shot Pearl dead and fast traveled out of there. I bought some implants and gambled at Gomorrah after. I'd lost 1,000 caps once again, and repeated the same thing I did at the Tops by shooting up the casino. But some random god phased through the floor and killed me for some reason. It's like some Harry Potter stuff. I got out of the strip and put a cap at Horus and his decoys, and then shot some NCR to make peace with the Kings and NCR, of course. Sidetracked and got into Lonesome Road is all stuff, and at this point I am level 12 and just took the sniper perk for headshots. I got told to kill the cons and just did it as told, and I went to Mr. House's crib and sneezed on him so he died. So with everyone else out of the way, I finally went over to Hidden Valley and shot everyone dead. But to be safe, I had gotten told to protect President Kimball, and because I'm so good at protecting him, I sniped the Legion spy from 5 feet away. I know I'm good. I ratted out the engineer spy, and then Kimball hightailed it out of there in his little vertibird, and I wish I was doing a Legion playthrough so I could blow him up into little tiny pieces. Hi, editing me here. That was a little bit heated, and I did mean every single word of that. I finally got to the Battle of Hoover Dam. I then realized I was unprepared by dying a fair few times to the Legion. I got some more implants and a small militia's worth of 5.56mm ammo. Finally prepared, I took my way over to the Legate's camp, and I killed about every Legion I saw. I cried at the death of the veteran Ranger Commander. And finally finishing it all, I'd killed the Legate with a varmint rifle on steroids. Well, that's the end of it. That was a super fun run. I enjoyed it a lot, and there were some hurdles here and there, but otherwise it was pretty fun. This technically is my second one, because in the past I had done a run before, and it was using only DLC weapons, so that may become a future video. So yes, you can beat Fallout New Vegas with only the Ratslayer. See you on the next video. Goodbye.